Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Tottenham just got their asses handed to them by Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal 4, Tottenham 1. And obviously, it's an NLD, so you know I have to drop a little video for you guys. And listen, I, I was it even a matchup? I don't even know what kind of game I just watched. This was boys versus men. But listen, we're gonna get into some of the details and kind of what I thought about the game. Yes, I haven't had a match reaction video for a while, but you guys know I have been away in another country. I've been sorting other things out, and my birthday tomorrow as well, so I kind of got to sort some things out. But I'm back with the match reactions. I know the Chelsea fans wanted their Chelsea one as well, but I apologize this one time. You have to allow me. But listen, guys, before we get on, make sure you do smash the like button and make sure you also subscribe to the channel if you're new. But let's just get straight into it. Let's talk about this guy. You know what I'm saying? Eberiche Eze. And I think he heard the man them. I think Eze heard what everything was being said. Underwhelming. The performance has been very 50-50. Is he a left wing? Is he a 10? What's going on? Can we see a bit more? We saw a bit more today. This was a scintillating Eze performance. He was moving like a sniper. Deadly. Cutting edge. Everything that we've always said that Arsenal don't have. That little bit of magic. That X factor. That ruthlessness in front of goal. Now, you could even say parts of this season, there's been a little bit of, in front of goal where Arsenal had to make up with the set pieces. But how many set pieces did Arsenal score today? Huh? No? No hate with the set pieces this time. Oh, okay. Because there always seems to be some sort of reason as to why that wasn't the right way to win. You know you're doing something well when the rivals are questioning the ways in which you win. You know why? Because you just keep winning. So they got to question how you win rather than the fact that you're winning. You know what I'm saying? Rather than not talking about draws or losses. Not been too many of those, bar the Sunderland game, of course. But Eberiche Eze for me today. And I knew, when you know someone's going to have a good game. You know someone is going to have a good game. Like Eze, first thing he done, the ball got played into Eze. He controls it and he lifts it over the back line. And then Rice obviously volleys it. Good save by Vicario, straight at the keeper. From that, anyone who's kickball knows when you do that first action and the touch is Velcro and your next pass is pinpoint, you're going to have a blinder. You just know you're going to have a blinder. And I'll say it for free. Eze, Hattrick, he's arrived. He has arrived. And the fact that today you're playing against a Tottenham side who didn't come to win the game, who only came to draw the game at best. They had 0.07 XG, I believe it was. Someone will know in the comments. The XG was very, very low, similar to the Chelsea game where it was 0.05. I think it was 0. It was horrible. Now, like for me, Thomas Frank did not set up to win that game at all. So it was Arsenal's job to break down the Spurs team, who for the most of the season have been quite decent defensively, especially on the road with a very good away record. And Arsenal just came and said, nah, not today. Not today. There were so many spaces and times where Arsenal just controlled the game, moved the ball. It was always at their tempo, and you always thought the goal was coming. And it's always about scoring goals in the right periods, scoring when you're on top. So Spurs don't get a moment where they get like a jammy set piece and they scumbag a goal, and all of a sudden they're time wasting, and the game becomes very hostile for both sides, and you're struggling to win the game. And I feel like Arsenal gave Spurs no chances to do that. Arteta got his spot on. Calafiori was wicked. Timber, the fullbacks have been so good for Arsenal this season. It's very difficult for players like Gabriel who are out to affect the way things work. Like, that was the whole talking point in the whole talking point in the international break was literally Gabriel being injured. Hincapie comes in, there's not really a massive difference. Mascara comes in with like 5 minutes to go, and he done the same thing when Saliba got injured. So now you're seeing these like-for-like defenders come in, and you have to look at the manager. You have to go, wow, Arteta has actually set these guys up so well defensively that whoever steps in does the same job. Maybe not to the exact heights that maybe Gabriel, Hincapie, but he does it in a way where the opposing team can't create an abundance of chances. So goals that Arsenal are going to concede are probably going to come from silly mistakes rather than actually them being broken down as an actual defensive unit. And if we actually look at some of the stats here, look at these stats, guys. Three big chances to Spurs is none. 17 shots with Arsenal to Tottenham's 3. 8 shots on target to Tottenham's 2. 27 touches in the opponent's box to Tottenham's 4. And the possession, again, 57% to Tottenham's 42. 4 corners for Arsenal. 11 fouls and 15 fouls committed for Spurs, obviously. And obviously the final score, the most important stat being 4-1 to Arsenal. You look at this game and this was a decimation. This was decimation. It was death by fouls and cuts because you didn't feel like Arsenal were always trying to pressure them 100%. But the second Arsenal decided to turn on the heat, it got too hot for Spurs, man. I ain't gonna lie. And let's talk about the unsung hero. The unsung hero, Leandro Trossard, and his game by numbers for me. There's a little stat there. Arsenal have never lost a game across any competition where Leandro Trossard has scored for them. You know what I'm saying? Now it's 4 goal involvements in his last 4 games. No competitions for Arsenal as well. His touches, his game, 39 touches, 7 touches in the opponent's box, 7 passes in the final third, 4 duels won, 2 chances created, 1 shot on target, 1 assist, 1 goal. Very much of an unsung hero. And I remember people, obviously, we all kind of were looking at that new contract situation with Trossard. But when he got given the new contract, don't remember how, a lot of the fans were talking. Arsenal fans included, rival fans included. Trossard getting that new contract was not a dark day, but it felt like Arsenal going to be moving serious. Things need to be upgraded. Trossard is, he's in his 30s now. All these questions are being asked, and what a way to respond. What a way to respond. These are the things you can't hate on. You can't hate on these things. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing these videos for a very long time, not very long, for a good season and a half now, where I'm talking about the Arsenals, the Chelseas, when they do well. And obviously not so much many videos on Man United because they haven't done well. But I've done a lot of these videos, and you have to look at these situations. You have to look at these stats and go, if you have a reason to speak ill of a Trossard or an Eze at this moment in time, then I guess I don't know where. Is it just an agenda? I don't know where the hate comes from. It just has to be an agenda or something like that. Because again, Eze, the 3rd player in Arsenal history to score a competitive hat-trick against Spurs. The 1st player in the Premier League era to go and do so. Eze has taken the piss out of Spurs. How can this guy almost sign for them, score against them, giggles mad cheekily into the corner, almost joins them, then goes and joins their rivals, and then bags a hattie against them, while the manager said, "Who's Eze?" That's the maddest GBG. That's the maddest. What better GBG? That's like, bro. There's bare GBGs in football, but that's up there. It has to be up there. You know what I'm saying? Like almost the Ronaldo versus Simeone one with Juventus and how we knocked them out with a hat-trick in the second leg and that. Like these are the type of GBGs we live for. Can't even lie. Just as a neutral. Not like as a neutral right now. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that, the performance from Arsenal was so professional. And at no point did you really think that Spurs were going to have a hand in the game. Now, you could talk about how Thomas Frank decided to set up again, which is very negative. You look at the 5 back that they kind of played. Bentancur was chasing shadows at points in the game when really you had Zubimendi and Rice running the game. The players just looked more hungry. Arsenal, as I said, they're the kings of duels. They always win their duels. And if you're winning your duels, it gives you that much more of an incentive to win the game. You're that much more likely to win the game. It's just as simple as that. It doesn't matter how you want to put it. No Gyökeres. Madueke just come back. No Martinelli. No Odegaard. No Gabriel. No problem. The squad is very strong. And Man City lost to Newcastle. So now they're 11 points clear of Liverpool. We just lost 3-0. Chelsea are the closest competitors who they're going to have next week. It's another big challenge. But who's really getting close to Arsenal right now? Arsenal looking left and right, and they're not seeing no one with them because they're doing their job. It's not about Arsenal winning because everyone else is bad. Arsenal winning because they're winning. They've lost 1 game this season. They've drawn 2 games this season. The rest are dubs, W's. Arsenal were unbelievable today. And another special shout out again to Mikel Merino, because what a pass for Trossard's first goal. Double M, Maybach music. Ricky Rose, that's my nick. Come on, I ain't gonna lie to you, look. As I said, me, as a rival fan, or even just as a neutral fan, Mikel Merino is I think, yeah, cool. You're not going to start with him and you're not going to have him as your best striker for the season. He's been one of my favorite watches for Arsenal in that striking position just because he holds the ball up well, he strikes the ball cleanly with both feet, and he's brilliant in the air. Now, again, being as a midfielder, it was a brilliant find to know that he can go and play in that centre forward position. And of course, Arsenal are going to need a traditional striker to lead the line as they're going to try and push for the league or whatever. But having him as an option is crazy because there's no Havertz and no Jesus. By the way, I didn't even mention them on the injury list. By the way, no Havertz, no Jesus. On top of the whole Odegaard, Gyökeres, Martinelli, Gabriel. I didn't even add it to that. You see what I'm saying? And Miko Marino, he just comes in and he's seamlessly holding the ball up everywhere, winning his duels. The vision to break the deadlock in a game as important as this one. What more can you say? As I said, Tottenham got diced up. They got sliced up, bro. They got moved to. You know what I'm saying? They were tapping pockets on the road, tapping pockets. What you got for me? What you got for me? I'll swear down. Oh, you ain't got no change. Jump. It was nasty. It was nasty. Thomas Frank got slapped at the back of his head. Arteta slapped him at the back of his head. It was nasty. It was nasty work. And you're seeing Eze doing roulettes around Paulinho. He's chasing shadows and that. Well, what I will say, though, what a goal from Richarlison, though. What a goal from Richarlison. That was probably the only place he can put that. And I know so many loses the ball in the middle of the park. But again, it's you know what I'm saying? You're 3-0 up. It happens. But for him to go and score, I know Rye's in no man's land, and he's done that a few times. But listen, that goal from Richarlison was crazy. He does the hustle and bustle and that, but Richarlison is, I think, overstated, overhated at times. Very frustrating to watch at times, but he does have those moments of quality. But again, it could have been more today. It could have been more today. You know, Saliba misses on the goal line. I don't know how he misses that. Timber was excellent again. Hincapié didn't have too much to do, but what I will say about Hincapié is that his ability on the ball as a left footer who's played left centre back in the free, played left wing back as well in the German league. It was very seamless the way he was able to come in, move the ball, be assured, make the right decisions. Now, was he pressured the way that you'd see other centre backs being pressured? No, but that is the flowers of what's being done at Arsenal, where they're the team on the front foot, where they're not going to have too much defending to do. And what you're going to need to do is punch the ball through the lines, get your players on the half turn as quickly as possible, and be assured when you are on the ball. And that's exactly what he did. And it's as simple as that, guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really going to have too much to say on the Tottenham side of things. As I said, like, not starting Xavi Simons, you'd say was an issue, but when he came on, they looked a little bit better. But really, was it good enough? No. You can see how much Tottenham miss someone like James Maddison and Kulusevski. They just don't have enough going forward. They're not great creatively. Defensively, they're okay, but showing again weaknesses today. They conceded all their goals from open play pretty much. So they can't use the set piece excuse that, you know, Arsenal only score set pieces. You know that excuse right there? You know, so you look at the table right now, and I'm looking at it right now on this other tab, and Arsenal 6 points clear, playing second place next game. But what a weekend for Arsenal. Liverpool lost. Man City lost. You know what I'm saying? Chelsea won, of course, they did, but a lot of the main, and then Tottenham, them beating Tottenham is again one of the other top 6 teams. So that's 3 out of 6 top 6 teams dropping points. Crazy stuff. My man of the match, obviously Eze, but big up Trossard, man. I feel like very unsung hero, like in terms of his performances this season and how he's been trusted in that left wing position and doing a very good job, especially as screamer against Southampton. So guys, listen, man, if you like this kind of me dissecting the game in this type of way and talking obviously away from the banter, away from the shouting and screaming, and just a little bit more football based chat, listen, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Obviously we're back doing these videos a lot more often. I didn't even take that much of a break because it was international break while I was also away as well, working and doing some stuff that you guys will see in February, by the way. So make sure you're ready for that. But yeah, just generally speaking, guys, make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get to 25k with 500 subscribers away. Can't wait to get there from 25k. And make sure that you guys are coming in and joining the Discord as well, man. But listen, guys, we're gonna speak soon. I'm gonna speak soon. We've got Barcelona, Chelsea, Liverpool playing PSV, you know, and Chelsea playing Barcelona, and also playing Bayern. I think I said that already. So, guys, make sure you get all of that. Drop a comment, like the video. We'll see you guys in the next one, man. Take care.